man getting bit by an alligator and he screams.
Okay, quiet. Hey, quiet.
Shoot out towards me.
Oh! No, not an owl. A real scream of pain.
Juan and Fernando, thank you so much for joining us to talk about your film, The Fantastic Golem Affairs. And if you don't mind me saying so, your new haircuts look fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's what I needed to see. Thank you. I just want to say that I was absolutely charmed by this film. It's funny, it's smart, it's horny, it's full of absurdism and surrealism, and it looks terrific. There's a lot of interesting flavors, I think, coming together. And I wonder if you wouldn't mind talking a little bit about your influences for this film in particular, but also just in general, because it seems like there's a lot of different things kind of working all at once.
Well, this is for us because we've been working together since we went to school, and we also have the same tastes in some things and different tastes in other, and we're always like evolving and seeing new things, and sometimes it's difficult to know which are references or the direct ones, but we try to absorb things from everywhere, no? And I think in the film the most you can see is like kind of a mix between Almodovar, Wes Anderson, Coen Brothers, but other load of things more, and what we like is not to try not to seem or be similar to others. Try to be ourselves and make our universe, and we really enjoy a lot every time we approach a new film. Trying to think the way we want to do it and the way we want it to look, and although it's always like our sign or something's similar between our films because it's the both of us making them. We try in every film to approach it in a totally different way. So this was the idea of we want to make something like visually is really plastic or like, and we want everything to be like practical effects, and we want everything to be built and to contribute to create this world where you could be able to throw a piano in top of someone and it's not as crazy as it would be in real life.
That's a great recurring bit in the film as well. I really was just tickled every time that someone got smashed by a piano and Juan got sprayed with blood. It was really wonderful. I'm also curious about the use of the golem as an idea, as a vessel for different things for different people, but also as a vessel for metaphor. And so, like, how did you guys settle on that object? Right, to get at some bigger kind of, social ideas and concerns.
Well, the thing is, when we first thought about the film, or maybe the primary idea that we had in mind, we didn't know that we wanted to be a golem, because we saw like this scene in the movie Top Secret, like the 80s, one with Val Kilmer, where this soldier punches in the face this German soldier, and then he falls from a tower, and then he smashes into little pieces of well, porcelain or China or something like that. And we thought, what's imagine that happens to you, like sometime, someday you just arrive home and your mother, your sister, or whomever tells you, okay, dad died today, and you won't believe the way he died. And then what could possibly be behind this story? And then when we were speaking about the plot of the film, how it should continue, then the golem idea came to our mind. I don't know, not because of the 1920 film, but probably because another thing that we saw about it, and we thought it was like the perfect combination, like for what we wanted to explain with this story, and well, the mythology we are trying to explain. Because in the film we don't really explain everything about golems. We just use like this common figure of the Jewish mythology, like golem, something well, this clay thing that where you put some message in his mouth and he has to complete the purpose that you give them. And we thought about, well, imagine that there's this guy that he was supposed to do whatever he doesn't want to do, and then this guy dies, and this guy has to face for the first time in his life any adult problem. And that well, yeah, the golem was more or less that, like common from a mythology that already exists, and that allow us to know, to not having to do any more explanations than about this mythology or about this creature. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the golem is a figure that we're all familiar enough with, right? Even if we're not super well versed in the sort of Jewish mythology of it, we understand what a golem is like there to do. And what I love about how it works in this film is that golem is different for everybody that, Golem Solutions makes a golem for, right? I mean, so keeping with that mythology, but then also how it explains what's going on in the film and how it works with these different characters.
One of the things I wanted to ask, I'm sorry if I stepped on you guys, but one of the things I wanted to ask is that, as you're putting this story together, what I think, again, what this film does so well is that it doesn't spend a lot of time over explaining. Was there ever any moment, like as filmmakers and as writers, how do you guys balance because we go on the journey with Juan and understanding this world. How do you guys balance that without giving too much away and still having the kind of the magic around your story and keeping your audience involved?
I guess that's the most difficult part about making films. Like we just try to make this story in a kind of modern cine noir way. Like you cannot see that in the film, but the way we thought about how the plot goes on, like there's this film we really enjoyed, Under the Silver Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Really liked how that film or that story evolves and how how it's built, and we tried to do something like, okay, we have this main character, we present it with the golem shattering, and now we have to go little by little building up this story, and I guess there's, if we did it again, we would do it kind of different, because we know, well, every time you do something you will do it, but just we just try to make this kind of building up thing. We also like a lot Burn After Reading.
Yeah.
And we like a lot about that film, how absurd things make this snowball effect, and all this absurd construction of things, and how something stupid can be so important, and we think that's really real. Like in real life, silly things turn to be really important, and we had the feeling that was the way to make it, and we hope we did it at least some well.
Well, at least for us, you did, right?
Nice.
Can you talk a little bit about how you found your cast? Because I think so much of this film hangs on Juan's performance, and he's so wonderful in this movie. When you were writing this, did you have? I didn't think you guys had worked with Braze before, but did you have people in mind, or how did you go about finding your perfect Juan and Carlos and David and Clara?
Well, the thing is, when we wrote the film, we didn't want like the typical hero. Well, the character is not like the typical hero. It's like a puppet who just runs around the world and just every day goes by and he's just smiling with his peers at home. And we wanted to be someone special, and then Bryce came to our mind, and he was doing, I don't know if you know this show called Paquita Salas in Spain. And he was, his character was an old woman who represents actors. And he hasn't done something like this. And we thought he was like perfect for the role because he has another masculinity. Like, it's not like the classical hero. Like, he's not like this regular body type hero with regular sexuality, and we really like that about him, and we think it mixes perfectly with the character. And also in the case of Carlos, who's Javier Botet, he's a good friend of ours. He normally does like horror films because of his condition, and well, he's been in alien movies, in It, I think he has another character, and well, he does normally like movies for acting as a monster, but he has like a really funny way of acting, and we know him really well, and we thought it was perfect for the role. And well, the other characters and actors, the thing is, in Spain they're kind of huge. We have like a very good cast for this kind of low budget and weird movie, and when we passed the production company the list of actors that we wanted to perform in our film, they told us like, there's no way we're gonna make this. This film. And in the end, when they read the script, they all say yes. So yeah, it was a really good news for our film.
We tried to have also ¿cómo se llama?
Antonio Banderas.
Antonio Banderas, but he said no.
His loss. His
absolutely
loss. His
yeah,
loss.
Absolutely. No, I think the entire cast is so wonderful. I mean, even some of the smaller characters, like the two workers at RIP, just add kind of so much, flavor and layers to the film. And I kind of, looked at the cast and looked at their bios, and I mean, again, like, they seem to do so much work in Spain, but yet we, aren't familiar with them because I don't think a lot of those films made it right over here, or at least not in like wide release. But they were all just so, I think, perfect for the roles that they were cast in. I mean, even Filtro and his kind of like over the topness and weird bravado that he had.
Because it's huge, like for us to be premiering in the States, because that's not the normal thing for Spanish movies, and it's not a thing for like indie films. But I guess that happens everywhere. It's difficult for indie movies to go outside their own country, so it's really cool to being screening in the States, because we premiered here in Fantastic Fest.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I don't know, the first time that the film was being premiered at the other side of the ocean, and it was really cool to see how people react to the film, and you see, okay, so it's not a local thing, no, you can understand it outside, and it's really cool to be able to show it this way.
Were there any things that were kind of that you were worried that wouldn't translate, or are there things that, like, when you watched it with an American audience that got laughs that were different, or things that maybe they missed out on that you had put in there that expected a laugh?
That's interesting, because I think in every screening of the film, even if it's in Spain, people laugh in moments that you didn't expect when we were shooting the film. and all of the ones that maybe you find really funny, they don't laugh at all. And I think, yeah, there's some things that inevitable travel worse, and some jokes that maybe
The foot joke.
the foot joke, for example.
Yeah.
If you know that kind of sausage is typical from Catalonia in Spain, and it has a particularity that it smells like semen, but it's really weird. It smells plain. At least for no, but it's like yeah, it's kind of the same smell. It's same, but well, the thing is that's one of the jokes that we were worried about, but. No, for the other part, we try to make a movie that it's like kind of universal and that it's a story that everyone can relate to. It's like a history about friendship, about a friend who lost his best friend, about a kind of coming of age of someone who has just turned 30 and suddenly realized that he's an adult and he has to take care of his problems. And that was the part that like we were just quiet about. Like, well, we can go to well, the movie will work in the States or wherever you can see it. But obviously, there's things that we didn't know. Well, that we don't know if it works universally or some jokes or something like that. But we didn't really were worried about that.
Yeah, because at the end, the film doesn't fit in Spain too. I mean, it doesn't,
Right, sure.
it's not made for a concrete a specific market. It just try to be on its own, and I guess it won't fit canonically anywhere.
All the better, right? It makes it even more unique in that sense. That there is no genre to hold this film. There's no one market for it, right?
And it's cool that you can go to horror and fantastic fests. That's really cool being in that festivals, no? And also you can go to indie festivals and to kind of more mainstream festivals because you get there's something for each one.
Yeah. You guys you mentioned in that last bit of the conversation about how it was a coming of age story, but it's not one that really hits you over the head, right? I mean, we see Juan kind of at the end show a bit of growth by kind of letting David be reborn as his own kind of person or self at that point, where Juan now is like, I need to let him go and kind of carry on and move on. We don't see, I mean, we still, I think, kind of wonder about Juan, but I think that that's a really nice touch. And were you guys sort of conscious of not being too maybe on the nose with that growth and coming of age?
Because the thing is, we were tired of seeing coming of age. It's like at least 2 years ago, everything was coming of age, and every coming of age was some 14 years old girl or boy that discovers sexuality, and then and with a like this. That's not how it works, no? But like nowadays, you're 30 and you realize, fuck, now I have to be by my own, and I have to make my family or whatever. But you're not 14. You're like there's not that link between discovering your sexuality and being an adult. So we try to make this story about what we think it's more realistic in a strange way, and that's discovering at the age you normally discover, okay, now I'm by my own. Because when you're 25, maybe you are by your own, but if you live like we live in a small city and you have your parents near, but then there's one day you say, okay, now I cannot call my mom to ask for money anymore or whatever. No, it's just you and your decisions, and there's not like a moment when you say, okay, now I am an adult. And we try to reflect that too. It's like not that Juan discovers everything and it's like, okay, now I've grown. It's like, no, you never grow. You're fucking up your life.
Right. And there's so much subtlety and the little moments of this film that I really think kind of like drive that message home, but also just make this so wonderful. But the moments of when like Juan is buying tampons or doesn't know how much a Plan B pill costs, and all these like these kind of like silly little moments that are so like, but they're in a movie that's so fantastic and fantastical that still kind of reach home to that kind of age group of like, oh, I have no idea how the actual world works, and here I'm going to buy teenage tampons, and maybe she can just use 2 at a time.
That's the kind of thing that we really like, or maybe that's our signature in this kind of film, because we try to approach these kind of situations, or these kind of plots with breaking them with tiny moments of everyday life, right? Like this guy that it's now starting to have relationships or serious relationships, then he has to do like regular things of and he doesn't know how that works, like tampons or the pill, or if he has an accident with the condom that breaks or whatever, he doesn't know how to react, and that's the thing. Like it's not a coming of age, but well, that's kind of the license of comedy that we took in this film, no? Like these kind of details.
Yeah, and it takes Juan a while to even realize like that his entire life has been like this, and kind of like that David's been shielding him, right? That the entire time that like everyone kind of sees him as a different type of person. It's kind of almost like a screw up, and he never saw himself like that. I really love that idea of like him realizing what David was there for. And then of course, every time he really starts to get the information, a piano falls on someone's head, which is also really great as well. That I have a couple of just like silly questions, but like, is the game on the rooftop, the movie charades game, is that something that you guys have played in the past? Where did that originate?
I don't think we play charades anytime. We're just trying to come up with some kind of scene where you can understand the ¿cómo se dice? El grado, the intensity of the relationship, or how much close they are, no? How close friends they are, and we need like a conversation that could be funny, but it could show also like the way they knew each other and the kind of relationship they had, and I'm not sure where did that come from.
Yeah, because I think in one version of the script they were just shooting each other with toy shotguns or something like that.
They were like remembering, like the night they had.
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be finishing the party, like
in an after party, the terrors, yeah.
And in the first version, they were talking about what happened that night, but that had like so much importance that you can. Well, I think the charades thing is like nonsense. There's no importance in what they are saying. It's just for you to understand how they relate. Yeah,
that makes sense. Absolutely.
Sorry for my English sometimes.
No, you're fine.
No, we're the
right.
we're the
sorry for ours,
barbarians who
basically.
only
Right.
speak, like one language, yeah. So it's. But I think this is interesting. I mean, choosing a game like charades to show these two how close they are and kind of where the night has led them. Right, it's led them to this, early morning, right, or the new day is breaking, and they're still kind of keeping the party going, just the two of them. Right. And it seems like a natural type thing. If you've ever had a close friend that you've been out with all night, the conversations turn into these weird kind of surreal like games. Right. And so, yeah, it felt, I think we talked a little bit yesterday about the kind of world that gets established. And I think this is something that like really firmly establishes the kind of world we're in too. Right. And the kind of people that we're with.
Yeah, the first scene always in a movie is like really important to establish the world that you're entering, no? And in this case, we thought that it was really, really important to establish the aesthetics, the kind of the tone, and also the world where you're gonna go in. You're gonna step in a few moments. Like when David falls from the terrace, then we just put this toy, this doll falling, and you clearly can see that it's a doll. Then that's the code of the film. That's our tone. So that's our way to say welcome. Maybe you're gonna like it, maybe not. But from the first scene, we are gonna tell you the truth. This is not gonna be a regular film. It won't look realistic in some points. The aesthetics are gonna be like obviously sets and on one kind of sets that like try to emulate the Hollywood classics films. And you're welcome to this trip, and I hope you enjoy it. And if not, you have seen 5 minutes, you can call it.
And if you try to get technical and understand everything, that's not this film is not for you, no? Like
Right.
we had these discussions with the producer and the AD where they were like, because we don't understand in what moment the golem transforms into a figure, and why when he falls he's already a figure, but then when you break the face of the other, it's and we were like, if you're trying to understand that, you're not understanding anything. That's not the point.
Right.
Money, it's crazy, and nobody would fucking care about that. Like,
Right. I mean, we're talking about a film where clay men are coming to life and walking around being people's best friends, right? I mean, like, why? You're telling us already, don't try to figure that part out, right? It's okay. Right? I do love that opening falling scene and how long it takes for David to get to the car. I mean, like, that, I think that tells us so much too about what kind of movie this is going to be, is that like this falling is going to take the entire opening credits with this kind of really amazing song playing over it as well.
Yeah, the music was something. It's always something really important for us, and we worked in this film with Sergio Bertran. We also worked with him in the last one, and we always try to make the music to complement and fit the aesthetics of the film. And in this case, we wanted to, no, because we were trying to do like this kind of old school Hollywood thing with the sets and the printings in the backgrounds and the practical effects. So we thought we need the music to be kind of Xavier Cugat in that he make with these big bands, and he was really into it, and it was really fun. And the opening song, on top of that, it's the vocals are from a Spanish rapper we really like. He's called Bejo from the Canary Islands, and it was really fun. It was really fun to be able to have this orchestrated, but not in the classical way soundtrack.
Speaking of, Brock had mentioned earlier about the film, about it being a horny film, and I know you guys kind of smirked at that comment. But it is so frank with its sexuality, and Juan kind of like, in the sense of Juan, how he bounces from thing to thing, and really with these kind of nonplussed, regardless of how things come across him. Was there any moment, like, I mean, as far as the sexuality of this film, where you, I guess, tell me a little bit about how you wanted to present this from Juan's perspective, and kind of what it meant to the story as a whole.
I guess the thing for us was we always try to make things as we would like to be. So for us, it was really important, like, not falling in the typical gender roles and how normally people relate. And so we make this character who can, he can like boys and girls, and he doesn't mind, and he's not like typically attractive, but in the film every girl is attracted to him in a strange way, but he's not like comfortable, comfortable with that. So like it's the opposite in the normal stories, and we try to build this world where sexuality and genders are mixed, and you don't have to talk about that or explain why that's happening. In the same way, we try to show different bodies and the characters, no, and they don't have the typical body shapes, and we can show Javier Botet naked without having to explain you why his body is like that. It doesn't matter, no. We try to build this world where all that things are kind of superadas, like
like we moved on from those stereotypes.
And that's how we would like the world to be, no? Like move on about these things, and we try to build that in the way we could, and also with all the queer world and how we relate to the queer world without being queer directors, and trying to fit all the things and to make like this kind of utopia, or I don't know how you say that in English, or utopic world. Or...
Yeah, I think. Go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. A topic world. What was that?
Utopic.
Utopia.
Oh, utopic. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yes. Yeah. No, I love the kind of inclusivity of the film, and like you said, how we're seeing different body types, and how Juan is just an absolute kind of ladies' man, but also like man's man, right? I mean, the guys like him too. But again, you know, the not having to explain, to just kind of say like, this is how it is, right? This is how it is, and if you don't like that, then you're not going to like this film. I mean, I think the kind of hands off is really great.
Yeah.
So
for us,
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, please go ahead.
No, I was going to tell something really similar that Nando said before. Like, it's important for us, like, not over-explain everything. Like, you don't have to justify what you're seeing, and sometimes that's a clear tendency in the films. Like, you have to understand everything, and everything. If someone has a strange body or something, has to do something with his character and his plot, and maybe we're over that. Like, we can go to his plot, to his life, not having to explain what happens with this body, this face, this, all this stuff, yeah.
You mentioned practical effects, so I have to ask, does anybody still have David? Does anybody still have the ceramic David? Which one of you has it?
We have the ceramic Roger, the one that breaks the head. We have like the
whole head,
the whole bust, and then they made a head again for us because we got friends with the FX guy, and he made it as a present for us. But there's no they reconstruct the David that's hanging in the office, you know, when he puts the eye on it.
Yes, yeah.
That's in the production company because it won't fit in our flats.
But we keep pieces of the actual.
We have one eye, the replica of one eye. We have the dick of the one that floated.
I think we only have the penis and the eye.
And neither or something like that.
The eye.
So speaking of dicks. Can you talk about the name Burnin Percebes? Because Percebes is a kind of like what, barnacle or shellfish?
Yeah, barnacle. Yeah,
and it's really ugly, right? And it kind of looks, it's got a phallic kind of shape. So where did that name come from?
You know, it's itself, the animal, the barnacle.
Yes.
It's the penis itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. We didn't know that when we. We know each other since school, and when we were 14, we used to make these stories and scenes and comic books or whatever, and we have like real common names in Spain. I'm Fernando Martinez Fernandez, and he's Juan González Gutiérrez. That's like John Smith in the States.
Right.
So we try to find some cool, funny name to sign, and we thought, okay, Burnin Percebes is fun. And now we're 34, and we cannot get rid of that. And it's strange to go to meetings, and if they don't know you, they don't trust you. It's kind of like a
stone we have to carry for the rest of our life.
It's that albatross around your neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking, saying that you guys have known each other since school or since you were 14 or very young, and that you've been doing things together for this long, what's the working process like? What's the working relationship? Do you guys kind of do everything together? How do you split up duties?
Well, the thing is, I guess that normally in other duos, they divide the work, but in our case, it's not like that. We do 50-50 of the work, and we write together, like, well, not physically together, but I write a part of the script, and I pass it to Nando, that he rewrites it, and well, vice versa. And with directing is the same. Like, we speak about everything, because otherwise it will be like, maybe you have more influence in this aspect, or maybe or sometimes if you're a little bit tired, you don't know how to explain something to the actors, then the other one does it. So, like, it's perfect to be a duo, because you don't have to make everything on your own, and you also have conversation all the time, and you can just contrast your idea with the other one, and the movie grows and grows and grows, and all the time this constant conversation. I think it's really great for working. But yeah, we don't divide the work for, like, maybe one speaks with actors, the other with the technicians. No, we do both things.
And you can, I mean, just from, talking to you guys for a half an hour, you can see the back and forth between you two already, and sort of the, looking to each other for different explanations, or like, what word am I trying to think of here? So, all right. Yeah. Very cool.
Nice.
So you guys wrapped this in 2023. Can you tell us a little bit more what's next for the film? I know you guys are having, you recently had a push for theaters here in the States. And we would love to help that along as well. So we're doing our part from a perspective of trying to get another screening here in our hometown. But what's next for the film? And then I guess what's next for you guys?
I don't know what's next for the film, because 2 months ago we thought the film had ended 1 year ago. And then they surprised us with this. Hey, some people in the States want to premiere your film, and we're like, oh, and we didn't expect the film to have this new life. So I hope it has like a lot of more lives, and like forever. That would be cool. and for us, we're trying to make our next film, and it's really difficult, at least I guess everywhere, but it's really difficult in Spain to make films as in the way we do them, and not mainstream things, and trying to get the funding films, but also trying to get someone who is encouraged to try to fund them, because we're not producers ourselves, and then we're thinking about getting ourselves to be producers, but then it's really difficult, because if you mix things, everything goes wrong. But we're working like in our next film, and we hope it would be founded soon, and we can next year be filming it or shooting it.
The movie's now like starting his adventure in the States. I don't know exactly what kind of screenings are planned and in which cities. I should check on a list or something. But we hope it has a long life here, and that we can make another film soon.
Yeah, I mean, I think we hope as many people as possible can see this film, and I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing it kind of again and again and again, actually, because I think there's so much to kind of take from repeat viewings of this film as well. So hopefully we can help get it into a theater here, and other people can push it across the rest of the country.
Be really nice. Lovely, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You guys filmed Golem Affairs on 16 millimeters. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that so? Can you speak a little bit about filming on actual film, or is it something special to you guys, or was it just a matter of what was available?
That's something we really like. Our last film, the one before the Golem, was shot in 8 millimeters.
Oh wow!
And that was like a crazy adventure, because everybody told us, "Don't do it. You won't be able." but it was really fun to do. And then we said, okay, well, the next one has to be in 16, and then the next one in 35.
35.
But it's also the first time we work with the DOP. But we knew him from along. Like, he's a really close friend to us, and his expertise is in 16 millimeters. So we said, like, all the things come together, and we want these aesthetics that really fits with the 16 millimeters. And also we have a way of directing that we don't really like to repeat a lot. Like, we don't really like to do more than 3 takes if we can. And nowadays that's a strange thing, because nowadays everyone shots everything from 74 different angles, and they do it like 120 times. So they can edit like for 2 years and have these 80 versions of the film. And we like to shoot it, if we can do it in 1 take, and we're happy, that's the take for us. And then there's not much work in the editing booth, because we already shoot it editing in our heads, it's like, and see, like 16 millimeters or real film really works well with that, because you cannot recheck takes, you cannot waste a lot of film, at least if you don't have money. I guess if you have a lot of money, you don't care about that.
And also, it has like a really cool thing that you don't watch what you have shot until 2 weeks later or something like, or 1 week later. Well, it depends on the money you have and the lab that you have close. But that's kind of exciting. Like, you shoot something, you see, because you see it in a monitor, but it's not like the actual thing. So you can see like a simulation of what the film is gonna be, and then when you receive everything, it's really magic. Like, then that's it. Whoa, like, or something like shit.
yeah. I would imagine that's either like anxiety inducing or really freeing, right? Not knowing kind of what's going to come out. It's like, well, we're just going to fucking go for it, or like, I'm paralyzed now to shoot. Yeah,
for us it's really fun because we like doing it that way, and we're really optimistic always with everything. So it's no, when people say like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, it would be fine. And there's sometimes where you mess it up, but normally it's okay.
No, but with our last film, the thing with the 8mm film, we shoot it with Nando on the camera, and I was on the microphone, so he didn't hear any of the takes, and I didn't see any of it. So together suddenly we watch and hear the movie for the first time when we received the material of the 8mm thing.
Yeah, you should watch that film, the Queen of the Lizards.
Yeah.
I have no idea where you can find it in the States, but
I was just going to ask that question.
Yeah, we looked for it, but it's a little bit difficult to find over here.
So maybe you can text Lisa. No,
okay.
Lisa. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Lisa. We'd love to. Absolutely, we'd love to.
Yeah. So Lisa, if you're listening onto this, get us their other films.
Yeah, we can send you links and.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Please, yeah.
Yeah. Because now, I mean, like, we're just going to go out and talk you up at this point, right? We're going to tell everybody about your work. So, I mean, to be fair, I only know like 2 other people. So.
Right. It's just between us. That's all we get.
It's just the 2 of us.
More than 0.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Jason, do we have any more questions for Fernando and Juan?
And I think we covered most of the things we talked about earlier. Yeah. So I want to thank you guys so much for your time and making time for for us.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to say congratulations on getting a film made under any conditions, but especially one that's this special and this much fun. And I hope nothing but the best. And I hope to see your next feature as soon as possible, for sure.
Yeah, can't wait to see that. Yeah, can't wait to keep talking about this one too. Gentlemen, thank you so much, and best of luck with the Fantastic Golem Affairs. And we will talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.